Lila loved visiting her grandmother's garden. It wasn't magical in the way fairy tales were. No glowing trees, no sparkles, no talking creatures. Just a simple, peaceful place filled with soft green leaves and flowers that danced quietly whenever the wind passed by. It was a haven, a little world where everything moved with a gentle, unhurried grace. Lila found more magic in this quiet reality than in any storybook. The garden had its own language, spoken in whispers of wind and rustling leaves, and she was its most devoted listener. One warm afternoon, Lila stepped into the garden with bare feet. The ground felt cool beneath her, like a gentle welcome mat laid out just for her. The soft, damp earth seemed to breathe against her soles, connecting her to the living world below. She moved slowly, deliberately, not wanting to disturb the delicate symphony of sounds around her, the steady, contented buzz of a busy bee flitting from one blossom to another in a focused dance. The soft rustle of tall grass swaying in unison like a silent choir, and the delicate, almost imperceptible flutter of a butterfly's wings as it landed on a petal nearby. Its colors a tiny, vibrant jewel in the vast sea of green. Everything in the garden moved at its own pace. Nothing rushed, nothing hurried. The flowers didn't strain to bloom. They simply unfolded when the time was right. The bees didn't fret about their work. They just did it one flower at a time. This slow, deliberate rhythm was a balm to Lila's often racing thoughts. Here, she didn't have to keep up. She could just be. Lila took a deep, cleansing breath, filling her lungs with the sweet scent of damp soil and blooming jasmine. She let the slow rhythm of the garden wrap around her, a comforting embrace that loosened the knots of worry in her mind. She walked toward her favorite plant, a tall sunflower that always seemed to stand a little higher, a little prouder whenever she came near. It was her silent friend, a golden beacon of resilience. She placed her hand softly on its sturdy, fuzzy stem and whispered, "I'm here." The sunflower didn't speak, of course, but it didn't nod or bow. But in the quiet space of the garden, Lila felt understood anyway. She felt a connection, a shared presence in the warm afternoon sun. The sunflower's steadfastness was a comfort, a reminder that it's okay to stand tall and face the light, even on days when you feel small. From there, she wandered over to the vegetable patch, a neat and tidy square where her grandmother's care was most visible. The tomatoes were turning a brilliant, cheerful red, plump and heavy on their vines. She touched one gently, feeling its smooth, warm skin. "It's okay to grow slowly," she said, her voice a soft murmur in the quiet air. It was a message for the tomato, but more so, it was a reminder for herself. A reminder that growth isn't a race, that it's a natural, gradual process of becoming. Each stage, from the small green bud to the ripe, juicy fruit, had its own purpose and its own beauty. Lila settled down on a patch of soft, clover-filled grass. She lay back, letting the blades tickle her arms and neck. The sun warmed her face in a calm, cozy way, not too bright, not too hot. Just enough to make her feel safe and held, like she was being cradled by the earth itself. Above her, the sky was a vast, peaceful blue, dotted with a few lazy, drifting clouds. She watched them morph and change, moving with the same unhurried grace as everything else in this garden. A tiny green caterpillar crawled onto a nearby leaf. It moved inch by inch, a small, determined traveler on a grand journey. Its progress was so slow that Lila almost didn't notice it at first. But she watched, mesmerized, as each small stretch, each tiny ripple of its body brought it forward. It was a gentle reminder that progress doesn't need to be fast to be beautiful. Every small effort, every tiny step mattered. The caterpillar wasn't rushing toward its transformation. It was simply living it, one moment at a time. Lila watched the caterpillar for a long time, her breathing falling into a soft, even rhythm. She let her thoughts slow down until they were as peaceful as the garden around her. The usual buzz of questions and to-do lists in her mind faded away, replaced by a quiet sense of presence. She felt the world grow quieter inside her chest, not empty, but calm. It was the feeling of everything finally finding its proper place, of inner noise being replaced by a serene, gentle hum. The garden wasn't just a place she was visiting. It was a state of being she was entering. With a soft sigh of contentment, Lila closed her eyes. The grass cradled her, a soft, living bed beneath her back. The breeze whispered across her cheeks, a cool and gentle caress, and the soft, constant hum of the garden, the bees, the leaves. The quiet life all around draped around her like the warmest, most comforting blanket. In that moment, she understood something profound. She didn't need magic. She didn't need grand adventures. She didn't need constant excitement or noise to feel alive. She had peace. She had stillness. She had space to simply rest, to just be, exactly like every flower and leaf and tiny creature in her grandmother's garden. She was part of this peaceful world, and it was a part of her, and in that gentle, quiet moment, held by the earth and soothed by the whispers of the wind, Lila felt herself drifting, softly, slowly, into a deep, restful sleep. Thank you for listening. If this story brought you a moment of peace, consider subscribing for more gentle narratives and calming soundscapes. Sleep well.